South Korea's President Syngman Rhee celebrates his 80th birthday, and a devoted nation gathers to honor him. Garlands and wreaths are heaped upon Mrs. Rhee and the President. Although his dreams of a united Korea are still unfulfilled, they are eclipsed today by the joyous festivities in Seoul. Before the presidential box, hundreds of Korean girls perform the graceful folk dances of their people. From Koreans, a bow of respect to Syngman Rhee. A group of French sailors conducts a realistic test of survival at sea. Boarding a rubber raft in the Brest roadstead, the Navy men begin 5 days on seawater and raw fish, if they can catch any without bait. Salt water, traditionally believed fatal, is drunk to see how long it can be consumed without harm. Body heat is measured to check the warmth of a new clothing fabric. 5 days later, they've lost 12 pounds, but they are still alive, drinking seawater. Swinging proudly along, 6-year-old Leroy Curtis of Denver enters President Eisenhower's office to present a symbolic sword of hope at the start of a nationwide $24 million cancer crusade. The happy-go-lucky youngster who had cancer as a baby and recovered is himself a bright symbol of the progress made possible by your contributions to the cancer crusade. Spring transplants the Great Smoky Mountains to Detroit's Flower Show, where recreated mountain scenes show that spring indeed is hard at work. All the advantages of life on Old Smoky are presented in an educational sort of way. Named Chrysler Gardens, the mountain display includes the Oconaluftoo Indian Village with Cherokees brought from Cherokee, North Carolina. The display with villages, streams, and mountain foliage covers a whole building with room left for eager young palefaces. And it's so peaceful in the spring, in the mountains, in Detroit. Hollywood sparkles for the annual awards of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, presented in California and simultaneously in New York, where an Oscar goes to ELIA KAZAN, Best Director of the Best Film on the Waterfront. For the short subject, This Mechanical Age, Warner Brothers producer Robert Youngson gets an Oscar. Switching to California, actress Bette Davis announces the top film actor of the year. And on hurrying feet, Marlon Brando makes for the stage. For the best performance, a young longshoreman in On the Waterfront, an Oscar goes to Marlon Brando. Acclaimed as the year's outstanding film actress is Grace Kelly, who receives her award and something extra from William Holden. For her performance as the suffering wife of an alcoholic, the gold Oscar for Best Actress goes to Grace Kelly.
Florida's Gulfstream Park, rain clouds hover overhead after drenching the track for the running of the rich Florida Derby. 25,000 fans pack the stands as the field of 9 crack 3-year-olds parades to the post. 50,000 eyes are on the starting gate. And they're off. The track is slow and sloppy as the lightly regarded First Cabin bolts into the lead. Nashua, the favorite, is on the rail. Thundering past the stands for the first time, First Cabin is setting the pace with 4 horses neck and neck a length behind. Nashua, Munchausen, Blue Limb, and Nance's Lad. But in the home stretch, that's Nashua taking command. Charging at the front runner comes Blue Limb, making a determined bid to collar Nashua, but the Kentucky Derby favorite, under a whipping, driving ride by Eddie Arcaro, pounds to a $100,000 victory in the Florida Derby. Gymnastic gym dandies from across the nation twist and tumble, climb and carry on in the Collegiate Championships at Westwood, California. The trampoline provides the perfect springboard for the dizzy and daring doings. 9 events, including the horizontal bar, are on the program. Next up, the rope climber, and look at him go. Muscles must be strong and superbly coordinated for the gymnastic gyration, a serious sport to the stiff young men. Most of the events come off without a mishap. But not always. Tough stuff, this tumbling. Thrills come high in the world's high diving championships. Held in Panama City, the spectacular competition leaves the daredevil divers breathless and the crowds the same. Lois Clifford of Milwaukee is the lone lady entered. For a blazing nighttime climax, defending champion Don Hapka drops into the flame-coated tank. Miss Clifford tests one of the lower ramps, 64 feet above the 6.5-foot deep tank. The higher the divers go, the smaller their 20-foot wide target seems to get. 15-year-old Carrie Whitenack of Lake Worth, Florida, the youngest contestant, places second. Don Hapka, winning his second straight title, tops off an amazing exhibition with an incredible dive, 120 feet.